Is it possible to automate 3D printing with a robot arm? We're about to find out on the 3D Printing Zone. This tiny robot arm just arrived. It's called the MyCobot 280. I'm curious to see if it's capable and strong enough to help me automate my 3D printing. Let's open it up and check it out. This robot arm is modular, which allows you to connect different items with Legos. If you've never programmed a robot arm, that's okay. This is my first time, so we can learn together. The programming language for this is Python, which I haven't used in a long time, and even then I didn't really know it that well. But luckily it comes with another program called MyBlockly with easy-to-use drag and drop features, which allows you to program the robot arm very easily. 3D printing has come so far over the last 10 years. I've been 3D printing since 2017, and it has just become so easy and so automatic. You can print from your computer, from the printer, or from your phone, even in a different country. There's one thing you can't do today that we're trying to solve with this arm, and that is removing a part off of a print bed. I've seen videos where they've automated the process by knocking the printed part off with the head of the printer, just like this. The problem with that is, what if you want to print with ABS, which has chemicals that you do not want to be breathing in, and you need it in an enclosure with a filter, or maybe you need another part that needs a heated chamber so it can print better. Those type of materials require an enclosure, which comes with a door, and it can't just knock those parts off without hitting that door. I'm hoping that this robot arm can open that door and grab that part and put it in a box for you and start the next print. Before programming anything, we need to make sure that the arm is in a spot where it can reach the printed part, it can put it in a box, it can just do everything that I need. So I'm gonna move it around a bit and see if I can find that sweet spot where it needs to be without getting in the way. When I turned on the robot arm, the servos were locked, which means I couldn't do this. So before I could do anything, I needed to unlock them by using this snip of code to unlock those servos. So like I said, my plan for this arm is to grab the print off of the bed, which means it needs to open the door, grab the print, put it in a box, close the door, and start the next print. I'll be testing this arm with chess pieces. They're light, and I think it's something that it could pick up and easily put in a box. Now that I have the robot arm in a good spot, I'm gonna anchor it down. That way, as I'm testing it, it's not gonna get moved and have to start over with all the programming. Something that makes this arm so easy to code using MyBlockly is I can situate the arm where I want it to be, record those coordinates or those angles, and then have it go to that spot. We have set the angles for our first position. Let's go ahead and see how it works. Okay, that worked. Let's move on to the first step where we're opening up that door. So I've run into a problem. This door has magnets on it because without the magnets, when it's printing, the door will start to slowly open. I was worried at first that I'd have to stop and not use this printer. Then I had the thought, let's remove those magnets and see if we could open that door. Okay, I've got the magnets off, I've put a little more programming in there. Let's see if it will open the door and get ready for the next step. That is so cool for some reason. I opened a door with a robot arm. Whoop-de-doo. Now it's time to find the next position and test those angles. So that was a little too low. Let's adjust it a bit and try again. That's much better. I'm not going to show you every step of me coding and running into the door, and I did have some issues. Even at one point, the claw was falling off. But let's skip ahead a little bit and see if we can pick up that chess piece. All right, not too bad. Let's place down some boxes, see if the print can pick up the part, put it in the box, close the door, and hold it shut for the next print. Remember, we removed the magnets from the door, so we need the robot arm to hold that door shut. That was awesome, but we're not done yet. You see, when a print finishes, it's stuck to that bed. You don't just easily pick it up. You can wait for a while and let it cool, and that will make it less sticky, but even then you might need to move it around a little bit before it will just pick it up. I'm going to use the loop function in my Blockly to put in a little twist where the head will grab the part and then twist it back and forth and see if that will help loosen the part from the bed. All right, let's test that out. Oh shoot, it's running into the bed. So when I put the angles in, I put 90 instead of -90. That was a big mistake, and it shoved the head into the bed. Let's fix that and try it again. That's much better. Every time we've tested picking up a chest piece, it has just been me placing the chest piece on the bed. We haven't tried a fresh print. Let's try that and see if it can pick it up. Well, that was a fail. Let me try adding more twisting, more pull action, and see if we can get it to pop off the bed. All right, let's try this again. Okay, that looks good. Let's try this on a newly printed part and see if it can pop it off the bed. That's awesome, it works. I have a bunch of other tests to run, but this print takes 25 minutes, which means for every time I want to test this part, I have to wait 25 minutes, and that's too long. Let's go ahead and speed up the part. It will make the quality not look as good, but it will give me more time that I can spend testing instead of waiting for it to print. Whenever a printer starts a print, it usually purges a little line of filament to get it ready for the print. That's great, but when you want to print over and over again, you can't just keep printing over that purge line, and I don't think this bot could pull off that purge with these claws. It just can't grab that tiny little line. So I'm going to turn that feature off, which means the nozzle won't be purged and perfectly ready to put that first layer down. I'm not too worried about that for now. That's something I can come back and tweak, but it's going to save me time and it's going to allow me to repeat this process over and over again. Okay, you can see how the print quality is down. It doesn't look like it normally does, but that's okay. Again, this is just to speed up production of testing this part. We just went from printing 25 minutes down to 5 minutes. That's crazy. That's gonna give me so much time back. This robot arm can now open a door, grab a print, put it in a box, close the door, and wait for the next print. But there's one problem. I don't wanna have to start the print the first time or start the print every time after the first one. So let's work on that. To start a print on the Adventure 5M Pro, all you need to do is click on this second icon and then choose which one you want to print, and then click the green button down here. Now, if you want it to level as well, you could do that one, but we won't do that for this test. We're just going to click on Start. So that's how you start a print. I've gone ahead and programmed it. I didn't film everything. Here's this robot arm starting the print. And it works. Now let's talk about how you start another print. Now the great thing about this printer is once a print is finished, if you want to repeat that same print, it just takes one button. You just click continue. Okay, let's try this step where it starts the next print and then holds that door shut. Again, we don't have those magnets there. Awesome, that worked. We have all three pieces working. It starts a print, it waits for it to finish, it grabs it off the bed, but I don't have it where it repeats the process 3 times and putting it in a different box. I'll go ahead and get that programmed and then explain what I did. All right, let's talk about this code. So this first line, all it does is move the head to start the print. When it gets to this section, it will sleep and hold, pretty much waiting for the print to finish. Then we get into this repeat mode where it's going to do this whole section 3 times. So it can do 3 prints, put them in each box, and then finish. You'll notice we set the variable box to 1. We set it to 1 so when it gets to this section, if the box is 1, it will move the part into that first box. After it drops that, we will change the box by 1 so it'll go up to 2. So when this whole thing repeats, it will then take the part to the second box, and then as it repeats for the third time, it'll take the part to the third box. We just have 3 boxes, but imagine doing this with 10 boxes, 20 boxes. The possibilities are endless. And here's the last bit of code where it will sleep until it repeats that last step. Okay, we have finished the code. Let's see this thing in action, performing each of the steps where it's starting the print, taking the chess piece, putting it in the box, and starting the next one, doing that 3 times. Before I click run, if you want to buy one of these robot arms, I'll put a link down below. If you use that link, you'll get 5% off thanks to our sponsor, Elephant Robotics. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We're almost at our next subscribe goal, and it really helps us out. That was amazing, and it answers the question from the beginning of this video: is it possible to automate 3D printing with a robot arm? It has been a blast playing with this robot. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Now, if you'd like to see some of my supersized toys, check out this video or just take a look at this one.